Hey folks, it's your favorite Canadian info wrangler back at you again one more week through the power of the interwebs. And this week we are continuing on with our exploration of Thunder Bay and area churches. I've got a little bit of driving around to do before we get to the first one, so I'm going to leave you with Gary while we do that. right, so as I get turned around here, because you can't turn left onto Waverly from Algoma at that point, we are approaching St. Paul's United Church. That'll be the first one that we're going to visit today. And it's a fairly old church. It's got some really nice architecture. It was founded in 1873. Originally, it was a Presbyterian congregation known as St. Paul's Presbyterian Church. Over time, the membership grew, and by the early 20th century, there was a need for a larger, more permanent building. The current church building was officially opened on March 1st, 1914, under the name St. Paul's Presbyterian Church. At its opening, it was considered one of the finest church buildings in Canada. The architecture and design details are less well documented in our sources beyond praise in contemporary reports, but clearly it was built to serve a large growing congregation and with aspiration to prominence. Like many Protestant churches in Canada, St. Paul's Presbyterian eventually joined the United Church of Canada when that denomination was formed in 1925. That means the church changed from being Presbyterian to United, which absorbed Methodist, Congregational, and some Presbyterians. And that is the church there. I'm showing you some good pictures. They got some really nice stained glass work in the front. It's hard to see because there's no lights on it, but this is an historic church, as you can see by the dedication plaque there. There's also, I think it's on this building. No, it's on the next church. There's another historic plaque on the next church there too. But you can see those windows I was talking about. Like I say, it's hard to really see them because they're not backlit, so you can't really appreciate the beauty of them. But I like stained glass, so I thought I'd get some pictures of it for you. Alrighty, now coming up next, it's just a short drive, so it's a very short video clip. We're going to be coming up to Trinity United Church, just down here on the corner of Waverly and Algoma. I believe the address is technically an Algoma Street address. Down to the right is the Armory, which I guess now is a military museum. And up to the left here is Magnus Theater. But what we're coming here for is right up here behind this car. And there we are. So Trinity United Church. It was started in 1871 as a Methodist church. Providence Methodist Church in 1871. And it was in what was then called Prince Arthur's Landing. So eventually, in the early 1900s, when the United Church of Canada was formed, they merged this church in with it as well. But obviously, I guess they decided to keep the building, not merge with a different church building. So there you see the dedication, or the historic building plaque. Just before this picture was the historic building plaque. And we're going to be moving right along. And the next one we're coming up to is St. Andrews, I believe. As soon as I can get into traffic here, we'll find out. I'm pretty sure it's St. Andrews. Wow, taking a while to get into traffic, eh? I guess I should have cut that out of the video. Yeah, St. Andrew's Roman Catholic Church. See, and again, you can't turn left from, well, I could have turned left from there, but then turning right onto Red River and trying to turn into the church parking lot would have been a little more difficult. And I would have had to wait for traffic. So instead, I chose to do this. So there we have it. As you can see, we're pulling in here. This is St. Andrew's Roman Catholic Church. And it is the oldest established Roman Catholic parish in the Diocese of Thunder Bay. So now we've got some pictures of it. That's from where we're parked down the right side of the building. If you're facing the building, it's the right side. And this, I believe, is the rectory. And to the left of it is the Dewdrop Inn, which is a soup kitchen, I guess you would call it. People can go there for lunch. I think it's lunches every day that they serve. I don't think it's any other meal. Nice big building though, nice architecture. And that is St. Andrew's Roman Catholic Church on Red River Road. Because there is another St. Andrew's in town, but that's a Presbyterian church. I think we covered that one in part 2 of this video series. Part 2 or 3, it would have been around there. It was right across from City Hall, I believe, is St. Andrew's Presbyterian. So, the next one we're coming up to, I believe, is St. Mary's. And we'll see what we've got for that one. And again, I suppose I could have edited this so that we're not sitting at the red light so bloody long. Yeah, the full name is St. Mary's Our Lady Queen of Poland Parish. So it's Catholic church, but it's Polish people mostly in there. Oh no, that's not where we're going yet. We're going to the one right in front of us, which is called Urban Abbey. And it used to be something else. But it's been taken over by a more modern young group, I believe. And it's still a Christian church, but I'm not sure exactly. So it says here, Urban Abbey is a nonprofit Christian community organization in Thunder Bay focusing on hospitality, outreach, worship, prayer, social services, and creative arts. They first moved in on April 1st, 2015. That's the Habit. That's a coffee shop within the building. And there's some of the architecture of the building. I'm trying to find out what it was before that. And I'm not. First Baptist Church. Interesting. I did not realize that one. So yeah, that's the entrance to the Habit right there, I believe. Anybody can go in and have coffee and sit with whomever. They got that nice, almost Notre Dame looking window there. And a bigger view, or a higher view of the front tower. And there's their sign, Urban Abbey. And next up is St. Mary's. Let's see here. Yeah, St. Mary, Our Lady Queen of Poland. 93 North Algoma. 1964. Well, it's what you would expect. I mean, it's a Catholic church, and the parishioners are largely Polish. So with that, I believe I'm going to turn you over to Gary for the long drive home. back at the house. So another week is over, another video has been shot, and another video is edited and uploaded to YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I have to admit it wasn't easy for me to get back into the swing of it. I'm still, I guess you could say I'm still a little traumatized by Charlie Kirk's assassination. That's still bugging me. But life goes on. We must move on, as Freddie Mercury famously said, the show must go on. Of course, it wasn't Freddie first, but you know. So anyway, that's another week over, and we've still got, I think there's still enough churches in town for at least 2 more videos in this series. So I hope you're not getting sick of it yet. And on that note, God's willing, Daffy Duck willing, we'll see you all in the next video. Ciao for now.